channels, understanding that's what the needs of the developing country is. First is about the big investment that coming from China or the US itself, ladies and gentlemen. But because of the developing country, what is they need first is about they need much infrastructure, because of there is a inequality infrastructure. For example, there is a inequality big city that only have a big infrastructure and so on so far, ladies and gentlemen. That's to say that they need a big capital to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. So in this comparisons of China and US, first China, they are the one that are really capitalism at the very first place. They are because of the China's country there is no space anymore to make sure that they can develop their economy, their investment and so on so far. That's why they need this developing country to make sure that they can empower their economy and so on so far, ladies and gentlemen. They also still find land to invest their economy and so on so far. And US itself, they are only focusing in their domestic. For example, they're only focusing in the terms of the moment they're only finding a big power, a big country to make sure that they invest their domestic will be good at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. There is the process that coming from the US itself are strict to the developing country itself, ladies and gentlemen. So that in these motions, our stance are very clear that we want to make establishment for the developing country itself. In my speech, I will bring three arguments. First, why is it important? Second is about China will be not manipulative, and the third, let's assume if they are bad. Going to my first argument, why is it important? Why is it important to align with China? First, understanding that developing need many investment and because of there is their need infrastructure, they need tower to begin with, because of they want to establish their businesses and so on so far, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot do all of the things in this developing country. The moment there is no country that will give much investment, ladies and gentlemen. The urgency things that coming from China, why they will give why they will give investment to our country, because they know that there is the inequality infrastructure that happen in our country. That's why it is the way in how they can develop our country with their investment, and also they can develop that they can sharings about their economy. Or for example, there will be a China's Belt Road that produce their product to our country and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on so far. Let's see how poor Indonesia. For example, the moment there is still a rural area that didn't get attention by the government. That's why these investments are really good at the very first place, ladies and gentlemen. Understanding also that the money that coming from China also will help for example, UMKM to foster their businesses, ladies and gentlemen. Because of understandings also in Indonesia, there is many UMKM, for example, that cannot foster their businesses because of there is no investment that coming from outside country, ladies and gentlemen. Because of our country are still in the developing country, meaning we have a less of capital to develop our economy, ladies and gentlemen. While US, ladies and gentlemen, they are only focusing to big businesses, for example, only big corporation, World Bank and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. While we as a developing country cannot enter to those things, because of we are still lack of money, we are still lack of capital and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. Developing country is going to make a transition, for example, in terms of digital business, because of it is the things that really relate we want to make establishments in our country, ladies and gentlemen. These things will not happen the moment there is no help, there is no investment that coming from China, because of China really will give aggressive investment at the very first place, because of the things that happen in their country. They cannot do all the things because of they are limited space to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. Understand the moment you want to focusing align with US and so forth, they will not see us just the one that can give benefit to them, to their self, ladies and gentlemen. For example, they only use it, they only focus on the Europe country, they only focusing on the Kuwait, because of Kuwait will give benefit, big profit to their country also, ladies and gentlemen. Even if, going to my second argument, even if opposition says about China will be manipulative because in the status quo, China always using our data and so on so far, ladies and gentlemen, they first are understanding also that they will not even, they are not too evil, just such as the opposition said, ladies and gentlemen, because of what they want is only about the capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. The moment they are made broke in our country and our land are broken by them, there will be no space anymore for them to make sure that their money can be circulated and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the things that coming oppositions that they will be manipulative and so on so forth will not happen at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, because of what they want is only about sharing their human research, sharing their investment. That's until at the end of the day, their product will be shares in around the world and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. But let's assume if there are too bad, just as the opposition said, ladies and gentlemen. Now they are trying also to make good portrayal in international community. For example, giving massive vaccine and so on so forth. They aggressive giving comparison on US only will giving investment if you have a good technology or a good infrastructure, while US will not see the things that coming about our infrastructure and so on, because of what they need is only about how to say, spreading their economic, spreading their capitalism and so on so forth, ladies and gentlemen. Berapa menit Mika? Lewat nih kayaknya.
Belum tuh.
Berapa?
Baru 7.
Oke, selesai.
Kami deh.
Jadi